A malware infection can cause a lot of damage to your devices and networks. Any malware must be removed as soon as possible to limit the damage. In this lesson, we'll go over some of the best practices you should follow for removing malware from an infected system. When you suspect a system might be infected with malware, the first step is to investigate the system and verify that the symptoms aren't coming from a different issue. Some common symptoms to look out for include the device running slowly, mysteriously deleted, renamed, or altered files, heavy network traffic, blocked internet access, pop-up ads, and false alerts regarding anti-malware protection. Once you've verified the symptoms, the next step is to immediately quarantine the system to prevent malware from spreading through the network. Quarantining the system means to completely remove it from the network. You must remove any shared drives or connections to other devices. In some cases, you might remove the hard drive from the infected computer and transfer the drive into a special computer setup for malware analysis and remediation. The computer used for analysis is called a sheep dip computer. This is a weird term. It comes from the process sheep farmers use to dip sheep in chemical solutions to clear them of parasites. A sheep dip computer is isolated from any networks, and it has port monitors, file monitors, network monitors, and anti-malware software installed. This system would only connect to a network under extremely strict conditions. Once our computer is quarantined, it's time to start the remediation process. The very first step in the remediation process is to disable Windows System Restore. Many malware programs will embed copies of themselves in the System Restore files, so if the computer is rebooted or a System Restore is attempted, the malware will keep reinfecting the machine. By disabling System Restore, you remove the malware copy so it can't reinfect the system. Now you need to scan the computer for the malware. If you don't have access to a sheep dip computer, the scan and removal should not be attempted from within a normal Windows environment, since this allows too many places for the malware to hide. At a minimum, the computer should be in safe mode before you run a scan. You can also use a USB drive to boot the computer to a Windows Preinstallation Environment, also known as WinPE. WinPE is a lightweight version of Windows. It boots from the USB drive, and it's typically used to help deploy Windows in an enterprise environment or for troubleshooting Windows issues. You can download WinPE images that include anti-malware scanning tools to help you remediate the infection. First, you want to configure the anti-malware software to run scheduled scans and keep itself up to date. Most software has these options and just needs to be configured. You should also re-enable System Restore and create a restore point since you know the system is clean at this point. It's also a good idea to perform a full system backup and save it to an external device so it can't be infected in the future. The last and most important step is educating the end user on malware prevention. Many malware infections are caused because a user downloaded a file or clicked a link from an unknown source. Educating the user on proper computer safety is the most effective malware prevention technique. That'll wrap up this lesson on malware removal. In this lesson, we looked at the best practices for removing malware. You start by verifying the symptoms and quarantining the computer so it can be remediated. Then you disable Windows System Restore, boot to safe mode or WinPE, update your anti-malware, and run scans to remove the infection. Once the infection is removed, you should configure the anti-malware software to run scans and keep itself up to date. Then you re-enable Windows System Restore and create a restore point. Most importantly, you need to educate the user on malware prevention tips. Removing malware will be a common practice throughout your IT career, and following these best practices will make malware removal much simpler.